Another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to land in the inbox in 2024. Okay, so many stuff has been happening in terms of deliverability, in terms of emails. People's emails have been going to spam. People's emails haven't even been sending, and they're thinking they're sending. And to be honest, it's happened to all of us. It even happened to me. And I recently helped turn me and my client around from going to spam, literally like having a 20% inbox rate to go from having an 80% inbox rate, meaning that 8 out of 10 emails that we send are landing in the inbox each and every single time, right? And we're getting reply rates over 5 even 10%, right? Meaning that we're going into the inbox each and every single time. That means more bookings and also means more money. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jozy. Other people call me Jozy. I've scaled my agency from 0 to 50K per month in under 90 days. And now I'm helping other agency owners do the same. Okay. Now, what I'm going to be going through, just a quick video, is all the 10 things that you can do right now to increase deliverability, get more replies, get more positive replies, and then most importantly, book more meetings. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is get your domain from an EU or a USA server. Okay. And the reason why is these servers are more trusted. So if you're getting your emails from, let's say, a reseller in India or another guy in Pakistan, there's a high likelihood that despite you doing all the good habits in terms of emails, you're still going into spam because the emails are actually made, and there's a thing called like server tenant, or there's a name called server tenant or something like that, that basically says where your emails are made from. And if your emails are made from Pakistan or India and you're trying to email someone from the US or UK, right, your server's not really trusted, right? Or your server tenant is not really trusted. So you're not getting into the inbox. And a lot of people actually have their clients from resellers. So they might actually have very good results for their agency, but the clients are struggling, right? And that's because you're trusting a reseller from India to give you the cheap price. And for this right now, like the more you try cut corners with deliverability, the worse your deliverability gets. And then you've just wasted more time and more money. And you're going to have this recurring problem in your business. Okay. The next thing I'll put is avoid third-party email providers, right? Yes, cutting costs using them, but you're also going to be cutting deliverability. Okay, so things like MailForce, Infomail, and stuff like that. Please avoid them. The reason why is you're using a Google inbox and you're going to go to a Google inbox. There's a high likelihood of that going. Whether if you go from an Infomail or MailForce inbox and you're trying to go to a Google inbox, there's a lower chance of that happening. Okay, and think about it, right? So people are getting deliverability problems while having Google inboxes. So why do you think getting a third party is going to solve a deliverability problem? Because surely Google, sending an email to Google will have the highest probability of getting into the inbox, right? So please, please, please do not cut corners. Make sure that you're with Google or Microsoft, and yeah, that should help. And another thing is wait 30 days. Now, in the first 30 to 35 days, your domain is new, right? And new domains are less trusted. So you want to give it to 30 days until you really start seeing the effects of deliverability happening. Okay. Another thing as well is use one domain per admin and 2 emails per domain. Now, this is crucial to de-risk your email system. Because, for example, let's say you've got all the domains on one admin account. If you don't want admin account, it's basically like a host account on Google or Microsoft. And that one admin account, right, gets kind of flagged from Google. That means all of your domains are going to be fucked. All of your domains are going to be restricted, right? So if you set it up, right, on different admin accounts, that means if something happens to like one domain, that one domain is isolated, right? And it doesn't affect all the other domains. Okay. The next thing as well is match Google inbox to Google and match Microsoft to Microsoft, right? It's easy to get an inbox of someone who has the same provider as you, whereas going from Google to Microsoft, you see a lot of issues there, right? So Instantly has a feature, Smiley has a feature for you to do it. So you can just change that as well. The next thing as well is do weekly domains and inbox placement test. Now, guys, do this. The best ones I've seen is Mail Tester. It's also free. But be aware of them because some of them, like I've tested MailReach, I've tested a few of them. Not all of them are going to be accurate. So just try to do 1 or 2 and just see the average from it, right? And another thing you can do is send an email to someone that's outside the company, like a family member or a friend, and see if it landed in their inbox or their spam. Okay. And another thing about domains, you want to use against Mail Tester or I think MX Toolbox for domains, and check every single week if you're in a blacklist, right? And if you're in a blacklist, one of the big 10 like Sorbs, a spamming house, a few of them, I don't remember their name. Just double check that it's if it's in the big top 10 blacklist, and you can actually just come to Smart Lead, right? Top 10 blacklist, Smart Lead, right? And you can just come here where you should know the block list to get into, right? These are all the different block lists that you can go to: Spam House, Spam Cop, right? Sorbs. If you're in any of these block lists, please try get yourself out. And the best way I've seen to get out of blacklist is to actually just put your domains in warm up for 30 days, right? Just leave it for 2 weeks to 30 days and then test it again. Okay. Then what you want to do is use Mail Meteor to check for spam words. Now, easy ones is removing like dollar signs, removing like marketing. Marketing is a big spam word, despite us being marketers. Also, what you want to be removing dollar signs, marketing, paper results, free, things like that. That basically shows to the email provider that you have some spam content in your email. Okay, so you want to use this and you get to a score of great, right? So if you just copy this mail tester, you copy in mail meteor, sorry, you copy in your email, and then from there you'll be able to see what level it's at, and then you can change words accordingly to get it from a poor to a great level, and that will give you the highest probability of landing in the inbox, right? And the next thing as well is having heavy spin tags. Okay, now what I do right now, I have a quote and I spin tax the quote. And if you don't know what spin tax is, it's basically like a randomizer. So you have like a few words that you can randomize. So every time you send an email, it randomizes and picks like a unique word from the selection you gave it into the email. Okay, so I have a quote and I have literally like 40, 30 quotes that I put in my inbox. It looks a bit weird when you look at it like without it on the preview mode. And every time I send an email, it literally goes through all these quotes, right? So every single email is different. Okay. Now, another thing as well, start sending 30 per inbox. Now, a lot of people go from 5 to 30. Like that's the sweet spot. I tend to do 30. And then if I feel like it's a bit too much, then I go to 25 and 20. But around like 15 to 30 should be okay, right? You want to keep it low and scale with accounts. So at the moment, email is getting more expensive. However, it is increasing the barrier of entry. So a lot of people that can't afford it or want to cut corners are getting really punished by the deliverability cops, right? The spam cops. So if I was you, I would really look in terms of investing heavily into this, right? So you know, because you've done the foundation work, because your emails are set up properly, right? You're going to be surpassing your competitors that are always landing in the spam. Okay. The next thing is use a dedicated IP or proxy to create and log into your inboxes, right? You want to stay under Google's radar and you want to make sure it looks like a real human creating it. So if you have like 3 or 50 or 100 inboxes, right, created in one IP from a guy in bloody London, South Croydon or something, right? Just creating a bunch of emails, Google's going to find out and it's just going to block you, right? So you want to spread it across. You want to have some in the US, Philadelphia, also New York, California, UK, XYZ. So it looks like a real human being is doing it from different locations. So you want to use things like proxies. You can use Hide My Account to use them, and you can use VPNs as well. Okay, so these are the 10 things that I would do right now if I wanted to land in an inbox in 2024. Right now, take this video in hopes to fix your campaign. Another thing as well, if your campaign is doing below 1% reply rate, 9 times out of 10 is a very big deliverability problem, right? And a good reply rate is doing anywhere between, my opinion, is around 3% plus. If you get more than a 3% reply rate, you should be fine. Okay, so check how your campaigns are doing, implement these 10 tips. And yeah, and if you need help implementing this or even growing the agency past 50 to 100K per month, there's a link below for you to book a call. Let's have a chat. Let's see how things are going. And this is Josiah, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.